Jose Mourinho winless in his last 6 away league games against sides he's previously managed. United versus Spurs, a great game over the years with added fuel now as Mourinho returns to the theatre of dreams. What's up and welcome to All Balls, the show that keeps you up to date with all the Premier League action and fantasy football tips. Another exciting game week coming up just before the most dreaded international break, which
2
we
weeks
all
of boredom.
dislike. What do you think, man? How's United done so far? And what do you expect out of the big game against your favourite manager?
Jose! United's not done too well. I mean, we had this 3-0 win in the Carabao Cup, but we're not doing too well in the Premier League. One very bad defeat, one unexpected shocking
Very
victory.
lucky win.
Oh, good lord.
Okay, then.
Anyways, lucky, we don't need to be lucky against Spurs.
No, but you were
We've
lucky
beaten
against,
them the last 3 times.
You were lucky against Brighton. You lost to Crystal Palace. You need all the luck against Spurs, according to me.
You
And I'm not a big,
hammered against Liverpool.
I'm not a big Spurs
You
fan
got
at all.
lucky against West Ham.
Not
So
really.
you should be the last one to talk.
Okay. Anyway, we are
But
talking about
anyways,
United versus
yes,
Spurs.
United versus Spurs. We have a good record against them. We have Van de Beek getting into things.
Which things?
Probably in creating more chances. Which things, it seems, dirty mind. But we probably and hopefully will have Bailly replace Lindelof because he had a good game. He's looking good.
He did
Though
play
I don't trust him.
the league game, right?
He did. I do not trust Eric Bailly, but I would feel he's a better option than Lindelof. And yeah, I would probably start Van de Beek and maybe even consider starting Mata after the performance he had midweek.
Oh God! Don't.
No, why
please,
not?
You've not just said that.
I've just
there
said
are
that.
people, there are fans who will hit you over here.
No,
if you
why
say
will
that you
they?
will
Mata's a
start Mata.
United player. Why not? Why can't you start Mata?
Because you have Van de Beek, you have Pogba, you have Scott McTominay, and you have like the works.
No, you be a shrewd manager and you bench the players who are not performing.
So who are they?
Let
according to
Rashford
you?
play. I would probably take a hard call in probably benching Martial and Greenwood and starting Van de Beek and Mata for this game.
But who's
No, it's
going to
not
score
gonna
the
happen.
goals then? You need a goal scorer up
You
front.
have Rashford scoring. You will have Bruno coming in and scoring. You had Mata score. I just feel Van de Beek needs to be there because what we've seen from him over the last couple of games, those flicks the Premier League defenders are not really used to. And Rashford with his pace, with his finishing will get in. I know it's not going to happen. He's not going to bench a Martial. But probably bench a Greenwood and get in a Van de Beek. You can't move Pogba from that role because then you will get exposed in midfield and with our very own Harry Maguire at the back. So I don't see that. Also, I feel it will be relatively a more comfortable game because Spurs does not have Son.
Yeah.
Spurs has had a crazy amount of fixtures during the week. So
They are
fatigue
little
might set in. They must be a little tired. Yeah,
already before
Exactly.
the game week. Yeah, the 4 games in 7-8 days.
with their
itself,
manager already giving
Yeah.
away the fact that Son was only one of the many injuries that could happen. So that I'm not sure how that works with the mentality of a team. They did get past Chelsea, but not in the most convincing way. So yeah, I just think Son will be a big loss to them. Harry Kane, of course, has the most assists this season.
Yeah.
You know, he's got 5 assists, but he had Son finishing them. He had Son finishing 4 of those 5 assists. He does not have a Son right now. So I don't see Spurs playing too much football again. I see them, parking the bus and probably hitting us on the counter.
But yeah, but that's their only option at the moment because of their injuries, because
They
of
have enough
also,
creative players.
they've played 4 games in like 8 days now. They will be playing 4 games rather in 8 days. But United haven't lost to Spurs in their last 3 Premier League games. What do you expect? What's the minimum takeaway from this game?
I think a minimum takeaway should be a win. I don't care if it's a 1-0 win, but the first thing after the win should be a clean sheet. Just for the confidence of that backline, for that idiot of a captain that we have, and for David De Gea, because Henderson is doing fabulously in the other games. He's pulling off some mad saves, and I don't think if David De Gea makes too many, if he makes too many more mistakes, I don't see him staying in this team for too long. I think Henderson will replace him. The minimum what I would want or what I hope out of that game is a win, whether it be 1-0, I don't care, but some good football.
Don't you think Mourinho is better tactically than Ole?
He will defend. Yes, he is better tactically than Ole, but one, like you said, does he have the players? I don't think so. Even if he does, are they fully fit up to it? I don't think so. Plus, he is not the gutsy manager like we've seen over the past few years who will go into an away game and start attacking. He will sit back, hit us on the counter with pace. Hopefully, we can deal with that and get our goals early.
You've heard it, nothing but the win for United this weekend.
Leeds in action versus Manchester City. Who will come back with a vengeance?
You never know because it is Bielsa versus Pep Guardiola.
It's still Pep, it's still City. They have more quality. I want to know from you how Leeds is going to prepare for this game, considering they're the home team.
I think that it's similar to how they've played Liverpool. They have to go ahead and play their fearless football, which they do, and they love playing that way. So I don't think anything will change in that. In fact, this is one of the games which, after seeing this Pep Guardiola side playing now since the restart, not only since this season, but you tend to feel that it probably isn't that side anymore, which is, I mean, it is definitely a title contender and it is the fiercest rival of Liverpool. But I think that teams which are, which elaborate their play, which express themselves, can get something against a Manchester City, especially also because of their defensive issues. They have new players coming in, but who've not adjusted, completely to that. So it's not a game in which I'll completely write off Leeds. I'll say Leeds has, in fact, a good chance the way they play, and they use the wide spaces really well. And that's what even Leicester does, those are the problems which were created for City against Leicester. And I think the same problems will probably occur against Leeds.
But City has only lost 1 out of 31 against newly promoted sides. Now,
Correct.
while I understand Leeds is playing, this great football and everything, there is a certain honeymoon period every team has. I'm not saying Leeds is one of those teams. Maybe they are, but City just has too much quality. I think the only thing they are missing is a proper number 9. Which, because of their injuries, Aguero and Jesus are out. But they have enough talent to fill that in. They are playing Rodri and Fernandinho, which means Kevin De Bruyne now has a free role. So he drifts to the right, he stays to the center, which again, while he takes penalties, also makes him a good fantasy pick. Absolutely. With that freedom, with Kevin De Bruyne and with your Mahrez and your Sterling, with Bernardo Silva available, with Mini Delap coming in, how do you see Leeds coming out of this game? I don't see them coming out with a win, that's for sure.
No, you're right. I definitely think it's going to be a high scoring game, either ways, because Leeds, as we know, have not been great defensively, and City will definitely exploit that. But however, City also haven't been great defensively. So that's something which how Leeds negate that is going to be something yet to be seen.
Since you're their manager's biggest fan, I would want you to make a very strong prediction on this game. And I'm going to hold you to it.
3-3.
What?
3-3. I'm going 3-3.
We're going to hold him to this. I'm going to hold you to this 3-3.
Come on, Leeds. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace at the Bridge. Chelsea have won all their last 5 Premier League games against Crystal Palace. What do you think?
I want a clean sheet from Chelsea. I want Thiago Silva and his reputation back. I think he's been hammered too much. I'm not really still sure about Werner in that side. I cannot stand Marcos Alonso in that side. He has to go.
No, Marcos Alonso is not going to start that game. But
if he does, I am switching my television off.
Okay, Werner or Tammy or both?
I think both. I think Werner still has to adjust to, Lampard still has to get him to play more central. While until he does that, I think Tammy still will start, or a Giroud. You never know. But Werner tends to drift to the left, like we've seen not over one game, but over the last 3 games. I'm just worried about who will play at the back. I think if Chilwell comes in, Thiago Silva will have a much better game. Mendy looked good in goal during the cup. So, yeah, I mean, they just have to be wary of Wilfried Zaha.
So, a brand new Chelsea defense, you feel?
I mean, not a brand new Chelsea defense, but
with
yeah,
Silva,
with Silva,
maybe
with Chilwell.
Aspili plays.
I think Reece James has not done a bad job.
Yeah, he's good.
But
he's really good.
Yeah, Reece James is good. I just think that second centre back, so Zuma will have to, get his game together, considering that Thiago Silva is still coming up to pace with the Premier League. But yeah, I mean, going forward, I don't think they have a problem at all. They got those 3 goals. They have Mason Mount, one of their young stars, who's doing very, very well. Another very reasonable fantasy
They
pick.
did lose midweek to Spurs on penalties.
On penalties, that's fine. And Mount missed his penalty, but I still take nothing away from him. I mean, he's been Chelsea's playmaker. With your Kai Havertz over there, with, Werner over there, with Kovacic making those runs, it's still been Mason Mount who people are talking about.
Pulisic's absence a big difference?
Absolutely. I mean, last season after the restart, it was Pulisic who was driving this team forward.
It felt at times he was like shadowing Hazard, the way his movement was,
exactly,
how he
but
cuts in,
he was
how
playing,
he
even when he came centrally.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see Hazard drop deep to get the ball and then carry it into the box. Pulisic did something which was similar. Of course, he's not here, but that is somewhat being fulfilled by Mason Mount. He has a good shot on him. He can take free kicks. He can carry the ball. He can dribble. So, I mean, he is someone that, Crystal Palace should watch out for more than the Werners and
He is
Havertz.
Lampard's favourite. We all know that. But however, quickly on Palace, what about Zaha? What about Ayew? Will Benteke show up?
No, I don't think so.
Will
I think that team is revolving
or
around.
show up?
Those are players that have faded away
And
for
what
me.
about Sakho?
Sakho, I think we've mentioned this before. He's confused when he runs, whether, his brain memory and his leg and brain coordination is not the same. So he's not sure which foot to kick the ball with.
He is a
how to
Liverpool
run.
player,
I mean, you're hurting the fans. You're really, really hurting them.
Just behind the camera, there's one, and we're hurting him. He's smiling. But anyway, what's your prediction?
No, I think Chelsea will come away with a win. Probably a 2-0 is what I hope. But I still feel that there is some Zaha magic that's going to happen.
I think Palace is going to score.
They're going to score, but I'm hoping they don't. For the sake of Thiago Silva and Mendy. So
what is this love with Thiago Silva? Since the time we've started this, you're just Thiago Silva.
I think he's a leader. I've seen him play for Brazil, for PSG. He's absolutely brilliant.
Leaders get old. Terry got old and he left.
That's okay. He left. No, he's still doing well, no, at another club.
Yeah, but managing, he's not playing.
What about your leaders?
We have one who's there, who's just signed a contract.
Oh, good lord. Okay, anyways.
Everton versus Brighton at Goodison Park. Carlo Ancelotti's 100th Premier League game in charge. Brighton have never beaten Everton at Goodison Park. What do you think?
I think Everton still holds, all the aces here. I think Calvert-Lewin is in great form. Scored in his last 3 games. Already had a hat-trick. Has had a hat-trick in the League Cup. Everton is passing the ball freely. This is the first time actually they're looking for their 4th consecutive win since I think 69-70, where they won the title. So this is going to be an interesting game. While I'm not, really cutting Brighton out, but I think they dominated United. They absolutely dominated United.
They played well against Chelsea.
Yes, but I think Everton is a different ball game because United and Chelsea are not those, teams that will keep the ball for too long. They always attack. Everton have turned into this team that now have patience. They keep the ball, they work their way through, and Calvert-Lewin, like I said, is in red hot form. So I think Everton is going to get the goals. Brighton, yes, look like they will get goals, but they seem like a very on their day kind of side. While they've had their days, I don't really see Brighton troubling Everton too much.
Brighton are averaging about 14.7 shots per game, which is a good thing. And in fact, for people who have, have Everton defenders, this is one to watch out for, right?
It probably is, but like you heard in one of, the post-match interviews that one of the United players gave, I don't want to name him, but he said that they must have hit the post, but, you don't win a game by hitting the post. You win a game by scoring goals.
That is so United. Anyway,
what?
prediction.
It's a fact.
Prediction.
It's a fact.
Prediction.
What? You're going to run around town telling Arsenal hit the post 8 times, so we won the game in our head, in our heart, like that.
Prediction.
I think Everton 3-1, 3-0 probably.
Okay, I'll go with 3-1. Newcastle versus Burnley at St. James's Park. Newcastle are unbeaten in their last 7 home league games against Burnley.
3 shots. 3 goals they've had in 3 games.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That is shambolic.
So nobody...
It's good for their forward line. Like for people who have Wilson in their team, they're like, okay, he's taking 2 shots.
The question is, should they keep him or should they remove him?
I don't know. Who has 3 shots on target in 3 games?
Newcastle.
1 penalty, 2 against West Ham, 0 against Brighton. Shocking. Their keeper has been their best player. He's made 18 saves. He had 11 in the last game against Spurs, which is why they got a point. I do not want Newcastle players in my team.
And Burnley?
Burnley also, I'm not sure. They've not registered a win.
No,
They've conceded in both their games. You're never really sure with Burnley who's going to start where. Westwood is the only player I used to have in my team at a point, but I don't trust him even now. I mean, but will he get you a goal every game? No.
Possibly. If he's in form, he's the only one who actually...
If he's in form, no. When is he in form? Has he had his cereal? Is his wife given him a nice massage in the morning? No, so you don't know if he's in form.
Alright, and hence because of these reasons, we're going to keep it short. So prediction.
No, I don't even know what to predict in this game. Probably a 0-0 draw with me not watching.
Let's go 1-1.
Okay, cool. Southampton versus West Brom at St. Mary's. Danny Ings in your team?
No.
Why?
I don't know, but I'm just going 3 goals for Southampton already.
Because of West Brom's past record?
They've conceded 3 in all their games they've played so far.
But then why don't you have Danny Ings?
I don't know, because I don't know.
He's the only Southampton player who's like looks like he's going to get you a goal every game.
Yeah, and
He
against
got
West
one-
Brom, actually,
yeah.
he becomes a very important option.
Exactly.
Rather,
I mean,
yeah.
not that Southampton's been going all guns blazing on the goals, but West Brom has been conceding. I mean, they've been scoring as well. Pereira being their only ray of hope.
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems like one of those, on and off 5-10 minute watch kind of games.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be an interesting game to watch. But honestly speaking, we don't know that what Southampton or West Brom are going to come up with, except the fact that West Brom have been leaking goals, and Danny Ings is probably the one in form in Southampton, because we're waiting for both
So
of
then
them.
you should have him in your team. What are you doing?
I shall make those changes.
Okay, prediction quickly.
3-1.
whom?
Southampton 3, West Brom 1.
So you're going with West Brom conceding again?
Yeah, for the
No,
fourth
I'm
consecutive
going with the
game.
West Brom win this time. 2-1 to West Brom. And Danny Ings will score. So that I can laugh at you
That's
next
actually a bold prediction.
week. But I will laugh at you next week because Danny Ings will score. But West Brom will win.
Leicester versus West Ham at the King Power. Leicester are looking to win their first 4 games for the first time in their history.
And West Ham have won 4-0.
That is fine, but what do you
How is
think?
it fine?
What do you mean?
They've just won 4-0. They've beaten Wolves 4-0.
Yeah, but come on, man. Look at the way this Leicester
The only
team is
positive I
playing.
can see for West Ham is that Jamie Vardy is still not 100% fit. So he might not play. I know you fantasy guys are getting palpitations, but just stick with him, because if he does, he's going to get you goals. Coming back to the fact that Leicester is playing some mind-blowing football. They took City apart in whatever way they did, by counter-attacking or whatever. But this was the same feeling I had when Leicester won the title. Like, okay, they're at the top, they're going to go, they're going to go, they're going to go. But they just did not go.
Yeah.
So, I think Leicester should come out of the win, but then strongly depends on Jamie Vardy. West Ham, David Moyes, what do you think they did wrong in that game which they should rectify versus Leicester?
No, I didn't. Their game, which they beat Wolves 4-0, I didn't think actually that they did anything wrong. They remained compact, throughout the game, and they took their chances on the break, which they were fantastic. And more than anything else, Leicester, we saw them do so well against City, because that's the way City play. And Leicester could exploit those spaces from wide, and and they are quick on the counter. West Ham is just going to remain compact again in this game, so it's going to be a tougher game for Leicester in that sense. But however, West Ham, Declan Rice and Souček were fantastic, and the amount of runs which Souček makes into that box is, I mean,
And wins
he's
a lot of
another
headers.
danger option altogether, coming in from that CM position. So actually, I think it's one of the games to watch this weekend more than anything else.
Souček also wins a lot of headers.
Yes,
He's very good in the air.
He's big, he's strong, and his work rate, like we discussed earlier. And Declan Rice also amazing. Bowen is coming into into some great form with his left foot. And I honestly am looking forward to watching this game more than anything. I think it's going to be a crazy game.
Okay, since you're an Arsenal fan and you keep, pointing a finger at Bruno, I would like to bring to your notice that Leicester have got 5 penalties this season. So the next time you have something to say that, VAR has saved United, how about VAR saving Leicester? And do you think Leicester is going to get another penalty? That should I want you to predict that.
What, whether Leicester...
Damn the scoreline. I want to know if Leicester is going to get a penalty this season. I mean, this game.
Yeah, I think that they might just end up getting a pen, because they are quick, they are smart in the box, and they are all... Look at them, man. There's Barnes, there's Pride, there's Podence. Podence is Wolves, but I'm saying there's Barnes, there's Vardy who's making the runs. I think Maddison will come in. So, and Maddison and these guys, all of them are capable of getting a pen, yeah?
Podence.
Well, we didn't say that.
Podence has come into
Okay,
Leicester,
prediction.
guys. I think Leicester is going to come away with a 2 or a 3-0.
You think it's going to be nil? No, West Ham not
Nil.
going to...
No, West Ham not going to score.
Antonio? No?
No. Arsenal versus Sheffield at the Emirates. Oba has not scored against Sheffield. Liverpool got thumped last week. You are about to erupt. So in 3, 2, 1. What is your prediction?
For Arsenal, Sheffield, I
No.
think that... honestly, I think that it's a tough game. If you ask me this
But
entire...
Sheffield's not scored. What if you become the first team they score against this season?
And it'll happen. It'll happen. Sheffield will score. Although I think that Arsenal will, probably beat them at 2-1 or something like that.
So you will concede.
We will concede, yeah.
Gabriel will come back.
Gabriel will come back.
Ceballos will come back.
I don't care about Ceballos. I just want Thomas Partey and Aouar to come, which we are all waiting for. And the reason why I'm telling you all this is, and because now this is a game which we go into with a little bit of a worry, because see, Liverpool happened last week, which
Oh, it happened so nicely.
yeah, I mean it's fine. You make them sound like they're Vincom Rovers or something. But anyway, it's okay to lose to Liverpool. But anyway,
How is not this cannot be a defense. It's okay to lose to Liverpool.
They are the best team in Europe.
I don't care.
Anyway, this is the Arsenal Sheffield segment. Hear me out now.
Sheffield's going to score their first goal against Arsenal
they
this
probably
season.
Will. But the question is, because now you're coming also to the deadline, right? To the deadline day. So the question is that where is Aouar? Where is Partey? And if not, where is Ozil and Guendouzi? Because this is the time you need those
I don't think you're going to get
players.
any Aouar or Partey. Partey has parted with the fact that he's going to come to you all.
Just like Sancho did that with you all.
Sancho is not coming to us. 150 million, Harry Maguire, his house, his car, his wife. Sancho is not coming. It doesn't look like he's coming. But Aouar and Partey is later. Tell me what's going to happen now without Aouar and Partey.
Look, honestly, I think that Arsenal will get will win 2-1 like I said earlier, and Lacazette will get probably a goal. He scored in his last 3 games. Oba, again, it's something to do with how they set up in this game, which I think will be similar to what we saw against West Ham and against in the first game. But yeah, it's 2-1. It's looking like that. It is a worrying game because honestly, Sheffield are, they keep it compact. They're great defensively. Even against Leeds when they played last week, they were able to keep a Leeds team which has been prolific in scoring down to just 1 goal in that game. So
yeah, but don't you think like now Sheffield doesn't have a goal for 3 games, so they're gonna come out with
no,
that
definitely
thought,
they'll come out.
We need that win. We need that goal.
Yeah, and we need that composure, I think, throughout the game, which they'll keep also. They're very disciplined. They're a great team. But I just feel that because of probably that little excess quality which we have right now, we'll outdo them.
Okay, just one last question for the fantasy football guys watching us. Aubameyang at that price, 1 assist, 1 goal a game. Is he worth it?
No, I don't think he's worth it.
Like
I think
for me at that price, he needs at least a goal and an assist, or 2 goals or 2 assists. Yeah. He needs a minimum of 8 to 10 points every week at that price.
Yeah, I think
so. Would you pick a Laka over him?
I would actually in this game. I would probably take my chance even with a Arsenal defender.
But if I have to bench for Gabriel, Holding or Lewis?
He will. I think David Luiz. I think Holding will play and he'll bench David Luiz.
Okay, so 3-1 to Arsenal, 2-1 to Arsenal.
Looks like that, yeah.
Okay then. Wolves versus Fulham at the Molineux. So you said last time you should triple captain a player playing against Fulham. Would you put your money on Raul Jimenez this game?
I would actually. He's the only guy after Mohamed Salah to have the maximum shots, in the Premier League since last season. So it's a great bet to triple captain him, and he's going into a game in which Fulham have zero confidence at this point of time. Their defense is all over their place.
And they've conceded 10 goals in 3 games?
Yeah, and their management has also in fact tweeted, I think their owner or their management saying that, we're really sorry that we wanted to get in centre backs and defenders, but we've not able to do the business.
Their manager or United's manager?
It's both, but anyway. So yeah, I think again, I mean, it looks like a one-sided game to me, honestly, because Wolves will be looking to get back after their West Ham blip.
Yeah.
And Fulham, even though they might get a goal or 2, but I don't think that they'll be able to stop Wolves from coming, because I've always believed that Wolves is one of the most organized teams up front, and the way they attack.
Well disciplined.
And how they come together when they put the pressure they put at that time it's amazing. And there is a Podence in this game.
Yeah, I was just about to come to that. I mean, your
and
former Leicester winger Podence might just come back from injury to play this game.
No, there is a
I mean, he won a penalty for Leicester last game and now he's playing for Wolves. So that was one quick transfer, Jota's out, Podence is in. So you're going with a Wolves win? I mean, of course, Fulham's conceded. 100%. But a Raul Jimenez triple captain?
I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm not going to say it till now. I'll probably say it on the post show, but it's a good shot.
You have Raul Jimenez?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
So, and you don't want to... Are you captaining him? Okay.
Yes, probably I am.
Okay, I will give you his address if he doesn't score. But so 2-1 or 2
No, I'm going.
Wolves,
I think Wolves score 3 or 4 goals.
3 or 4?
Yeah, 3
you
or 4
don't see
goals.
Fulham scoring even 1?
No, probably a couple. I said maximum a couple. I think 1, 2 maybe. But it's possible that it's even a 3-0 or a 4-0 because I don't really see Fulham offering any threat anywhere. It's like because of the other team slipping up or something, they probably get a goal or whatever. And Mitrovic, we know that, but Wolves have... good centre backs, big centre backs who'll deal with him.
Okay, so win for Wolves as per our man.
Aston Villa versus Liverpool at Villa Park. The aggregate score of their last 5 games is 3-15.
So Liverpool's 15.
Yes, obviously.
Thanks for
na?
clearing that. But Villa has not conceded this season.
Wow.
That's
But
not, it's going to be difficult for Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm so upset because actually Emiliano Martinez, our old boy, is going to concede in this game.
Yeah, he's conceded. He's going to get hammered. And then you'll be like, oh, we sold him for cheap.
Yeah, well, those feelings sometimes come.
I
they are
touched
good.
a nerve, no?
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean, Liverpool absolutely dominating Arsenal, going into this game full of confidence. Just in the season, they have 17 more shots than any other Premier League team. I mean, what does Villa have to do to stop these guys? I know they can't. For me, Villa is only going to have damage control.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what are they going to do to get that one goal? Because they're scoring goals, what they were not doing last season. Jack Grealish is coming back into it. He's had 2 goals, in the last 3 games. But, I'm saying, will Villa even get a goal? Will you even be able to say that, okay, Villa played with heart? Or will Liverpool completely walk over them?
Liverpool will completely walk, crawl, run, do everything over there.
Basically what they did to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, but the thing is that, I don't see Villa getting anything out of this game. I mean, they're not going to score even half a goal if that was a stat ever. But the thing is that, dude, Liverpool, man, come on. It is... I wish I was a Liverpool fan at this point of time in life. Really, I mean, this is the game.
Guys, Arsenal fans, you've just lost your
little
rep.
Anybody would wish to be a Liverpool fan
No.
at this point of time.
No.
Anybody. Look at the joy that team gives you.
That's okay.
Really?
The joy that team gives you is fine, but I wouldn't change priorities like this.
No,
especially on
I'm just
screen.
saying that hypothetically. Anyway.
Plastic fans. But anyways, for Aston
Coming from
Villa.
United fans.
Yeah,
anyway.
You are a plastic fan. You Sabayos, and he's on the bench. But anyways.
Mata, where is he?
Mata's playing Carabao Cup and scoring. What is Sabayos doing? What are
Okay.
you doing?
Anyway.
It's not Tuesday.
Anyway.
But I am saying big boost for Villa with Ross Barkley coming in. Will he start right from, game 1?
Yeah, but what
They need him there, technically. I mean,
they can get 10 Ross Barkleys and it's not going to make a difference in a game like this.
no, but I mean, it will help like a little bit, right?
Nothing is going to help when you have
So,
Wijnaldum.
what is it going to be? 17-0 to Liverpool?
No, it's not going to be. But they'll score 5.
5. And
Yeah.
Villa?
They'll score 0.
Okay.
Basically.
So,
that's
Liverpool
my
will score
prediction.
2 more than what they scored against Arsenal.
Again and again, Arsenal, anyway.
So, that brings us to the end of another episode of All Balls. Here's a roundup of all the games this weekend. Hopefully, the Spurs players have their diapers on because there are no pitch-side washrooms at Old Trafford.
They can do it on the ground.
I mean, they usually do with Mourinho managing them. The theatre of dreams. It's not the theatre of poop. That's the Emirates.
I didn't even say it.
But anyways, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, leave your comments, follow us on Instagram, and stay tuned for another episode of All Balls. Stay safe.